Hey, hello. It's Debbie Peterson of Getting to Clarity. And today we're talking about how to create focus in your career. And what does that even really mean, right? How do you create focus in your career and life? Well, it means a lot of things. And so we're going to dive into that today. I work with busy professional women to help them support them, advance them to create success, but without sacrifice. Because if you're not doing something that's aligned with who you are, boy, that's a lot of hours in the day to be doing it. It can become a grind. So creating focus in your career. And why is that even important? Because when you have focus in career, you have clarity of direction. You know what it is that is next for you. You know what it is that you need to put your time and attention into, instead of being focused on everything, which is a recipe for stress. So it allows you to make better decisions. It allows you to make decisions based on who you are and what is going to resonate with you. Because, just because you have a good job, you're earning a good paycheck doesn't necessarily mean that you're fulfilled or satisfied. And it also doesn't mean that you have to leave it. So sometimes it's finding that balance within the position that we have. So if you hear yourself saying, is this all there is? If you hear yourself saying that I want to know what's next and I can't figure it out, or, what do I need to do to advance and I don't know where to start? So today's segment will help you create focus if that is what is going through your mind. So it's almost like you creating focus in your career. We're going to equate it to buying or acquiring the perfect house. Your dream house, the house that you have always wanted, and you've made a commitment to yourself that you're not going to bring all of the stuff from, back when you were a little kid and college days and all of the places that you have lived into this new home. This is a special home, and you're only going to fill it with things that bring you happiness and joy, things that you enjoy, things that you like to do or put your attention on. Let's apply that to your career. It's the same thing. When you think about your career, when you think about the focus that you want to put on your career, when you think about what is my next level, what are my next steps, what is my next chapter, think about that analogy of the house or the metaphor of the house. What is it that you can bring from the past or even in your present into what is going to be your future in your role? And, as busy professional women, we're doing a lot. We've got a lot of things that we're juggling. We have family obligations. We have professional obligations. Maybe we have community obligations and social obligations. We've got a lot going on. And it can be a lot just to get through it, to keep all those balls in the air, to keep all of those plates spinning so nothing falls. And that kind of ties into the 3 tips that I want to give you today in moving forward with more focus for you in your career and life. So, hamster on a wheel isn't a good strategy, because if you knew what you really wanted, if you knew what your priorities were, you would already be doing it. And what I want you to do is get off the hamster wheel and create a path of your choosing, creating something that you're taking steps that are aligned with you are. So if you want to get a different result, if you want to create more focus, this is what I would encourage you to do. These 3 things. So 1, take some time. Take some time to really figure out what is the focus and the priority of your career and life. Because what I find is that as busy professional women, as emerging leaders who are trying to get ahead in our fields, in our roles, in our careers, we do not give ourselves the space and the grace to figure out what we want. As a matter of fact, we spend more time looking at cars, figuring out an outfit for a vacation or something else than we put into our career. We don't stop and give ourselves that time. And the problem is that you're always distracted. And when you're in that distracted sort of frame of mind, then you really can't get good answers. So the very first tip is to take some time. Find some time that you can just carve out for yourself, a quiet space, and just let your mind roll about what it is that you would like to create focus on in your career and in your life. And so again, go back to that house metaphor. What would you bring into the new house? What do you want to bring into your career? So the second tip that I have for you is to ask yourself great questions. I love questions because your answers, not my answers, Your answers are your answers on more than one level. So I ask questions a lot of times. I ask a lot of questions of my clients, and often they'll kind of stop and they'll cock their head a little bit and say, that's really a great question. See, the thing is that we don't think of these things on our own. So what you might want to ask yourself is, when your career or life is ideal, what does it look like? And so when you carve out that quiet space, then journal on that. Write something around that. When it's ideal, what does it look like? So when your career is ideal, what do you see? What do you feel? What do you experience? What does it sound like? And dive into that. The same thing with the other aspects of your life, your family, your relationships, your health and fitness. So getting clarity around what that is. So ask yourself great questions. Maybe in the past you had a role that you really enjoyed, or there were aspects of it that you enjoyed. So what specifically did you enjoy and why? That's another great question. In your current role, hopefully the whole thing doesn't suck. Are there things that you enjoy? And what are they specifically, and why do you enjoy them? So getting clarity around that will help you figure out what it is that your focus is in your career and in your life. The third tip I want to give you is, what is your A1 goal? And what I mean by that is that, what is your priority? Because if everything is a priority in your career, if you're looking at all of the options and saying, okay, I'm pursuing this and this and this and this, it's not effective. So you really have to have, as one of my coaches told me, an extreme sliver of focus. And then you focus on that for a period of time in order to get momentum. So what is your A1 goal? You are the CEO of your career. Okay. You may work for someone else, but you own your job. So what is your A1 goal? And I've got a process that I can take you through for that. But, think about all of the things that may be out in front of you and which one is going to rise to the top that you're going to focus in your career. And then do something I call the power of three. The power of three is that you take one little piece of that goal and you do something toward it every single day. It can be three small things, it could be three big things, but the point is that every day, even if it's a minuscule task, you are focusing on that high priority goal for you in your career, or translates into your life. So the power of three. And when you consider your goals in career, consider an org chart. Okay, so as long as we're talking about you being the CEO of your career, create an org chart. And at the very top, in the president's position, is what it is that you are most focused on. And then as you move down and chunk down in that org chart, then you think about what it takes to reach that A1 position. So that is a visual that will help you create meaningful momentum in the focus in your career. So that, and with the power of three. So, your career is more than what you do for work, which is why I always say career and life. You have a personal life, you have a professional life, but you are one person. So what is it that you need to bring from each aspect of your life to create meaningful and successful work for you? If that's a question that is on your brain, I would love to partner with you to help you figure it out. And if this sounds like something that you may be interested in, I would love to hop on a career breakthrough strategy call where I listen to where you're at, where you want to go, and I give you some actionable strategies, things to do after the call that'll move you forward towards your next steps in career. So I am Debbie Peterson of Getting to Clarity. And if you're a professional woman who really wants to create success without sacrificing everything that you hold valuable, I would love to have a conversation with you. If that is something you're interested in, just go to claritywithdebbie.com and grab some time on my calendar. So until next week and our next live, Thursdays, lives at 11, here's wishing you the clarity you deserve. Oh, and the focus on your career and life. Be good to yourself. See you soon. Bye-bye.